Inside a hospital, we see multiple doctors and nurses moving through the halls. We see some people entering a room. The couple enters the room and walk to the young man in the bed. The man was barely awake as he looked at the couple standing over him. "Honey, are you awake?" Martha asked. Benjamin's parents were standing over him, concerned. Benjamin looked at them, fully opening his eyes. He was awake for real this time, as he looked, seeing several doctors standing over him. The doctors looked at him back in surprise. Benjamin tried to move, but his hand was stuck. He was restrained by a handcuff. The doctor was surprised as Benjamin was coming to. Benjamin fiddled with his restraint. We then see General Miles in a meeting room with Commander Brooks and Captain Dellis and a few other officers. With Huntington in the fold, our new community census is currently 1,352. Lieutenant Hill is overseeing the city and will be working alongside the current leader, Rachel Hunter, into assimilating them into the fold. They buried their dead last week, he told them. We need to make sure they're not planning some stupid rebellion, General. You know some of them will want blood, Trevor told him. We've taken steps in case of that. We've set up surveillance for the small chance they planned something stupid, Liza told him. She's right. Any signs of rebellion will be dealt with, he stated. Okay, so what about winter? It's coming soon, and with all these new people, we'll have more mouths to feed than ever before, an officer said. We'll put them to work, Liza told him. The good news is, we were able to find Commander Brooks's sister and nephews. They will be living here from now on, he told them. In the cell, Benjamin was sitting on the bed as he stood there all by himself. Days began to pass as Benjamin was looking more dehydrated and starved as Benjamin was lying in the cell. He opened the tank of the toilet as he began drinking the water, making it last over a few more days. Trevor was watching him from the cell camera. The general came to him. Anything, Captain? He asked. No, sir. He's still not breaking, he told him. This is a complete waste of time, he told him. He needs to recover so we can put him to work, Miles stated. Sir, with all due respect, if we put him on the front lines now, he'll never follow orders. He's too dangerous right now. I know I can break him. If you just give me more time, he asked. Fine, but don't risk his life. We've invested far too much into him to lose him or cripple him, the general told him, leaving the captain. We see Dylan, Jordan, and their mother walking inside the community. Liza arrives and talks to them. They wanted nothing to do with her. Liza sits the boys down to talk. Look, boys, I know you both are not happy with me right now, she stated. Dad is still in the hospital with a gunshot wound in his shoulder, he said. You tried to kill him, Jordan stated. And you kidnapped us, he stated. Liza took a deep breath. You're both right. I did bring you two here and your mother here without your consent. I'm sorry, but I had to. This is the safest place for you two, she told them. I love you boys so much, and when you left, I was lost. Caden and I tried so hard to find you all. It wasn't easy for us. We searched road by road, building by building, but we were nowhere close, she told him. I'm really sorry about your father. We didn't know he was there. I promise to make it up to the both of you, she told him. I wanted you all to have a week to cool off, she told him. Why don't I take you to see him? She asked. Yeah, sure, they said. Liza smiled. I just want us to be a family again. You boys and your mother are the most important people in my life. Liza opened the door to the hospital and let the boys inside as the boys ran to their father. Dad! They both shouted. Chris looked at his boys and hugged his boys. Thank God you're okay. I was so worried, he told them. How do you feel? Jordan asked. I'm okay. How's your mother? He asked. She's fine. Just really worried about you, he told his dad. That sounds like her, Chris said, a little relieved. He looked, seeing Liza at the door. Chris looked on angry. "Liza," he said, angry. "What the hell are you doing here?" he asked, pissed off. Liza tried not to say anything, but gave in. "Nice to see you're awake, Chris." "Don't bullshit me! You're not happy I'm alive." "I actually am," she said back. "Yeah, no fucking thanks to you and Caden," he yelled. "Think whatever you want. You're alive because you're their father," she stated. "Can you leave?" the boys asked. "Yeah," she stated. Liza exited the room, leaving them all alone. She was in the hallway looking pissed, as people passed by noticing. "Keep moving," she said, angered and upset. They walked past her, even faster, intimidated, as she huffed. Suddenly, she saw the general walk to her. "Commander, I was looking for you," he stated. "Sorry, General," she said. "Are you okay?" he whispered. "Yeah. I'm just not here," she stated. Inside a private room, the two of them talked as Liza opened up. "I took the boys to their father. I know I didn't clear it with you," she told him. "That's okay, Liza," he said. "What happened next?" he asked. "Chris yelled, and the boys wanted me out," she stated. "I thought a week would have helped, but they hate me," she stated. "Hey," he comforted her. "They don't hate you. No one can hate you. You are so amazing, Liza. You were there for me when I lost Lacey and Kaylee. I love you," he told her. "They will get over it. They just need some more time. It's been over a year," he told her. "I know," Liza said. "But they hurt you, and you forgave them. Some people need more time. Some people are not grateful. They were kidnapped by the CRM before we found them. They could have died. We're gonna protect them," he told her. Liza hugged him before kissing him. "Thank you, Caden," she kissed back. "I love you. Sometimes I feel like you're the only person who understands what it's like to be me. I wish they did," she stated. "They will. They'll be grateful for everything you've done with them," he stated. "Thank you. I do feel better now. Come on, let's go." Meanwhile, Benjamin sits inside a cell when suddenly the door opens without warning and he's face to face with a walker as it enters his cell. "Shit!" Benjamin acts quickly and gets up to his feet as he proceeds to grab the walker before slamming its head against the wall. He does this over and over again. In the security room, Trevor laughs. "Not bad, Hunter," he states. "Sir, what if that infected killed him?" the soldier asked. "Don't worry, I know what I'm doing," he told him. "We'll try again. Gonna break him before we make him to a soldier," he stated. At nighttime, Benjamin gasps from his dream, completely out of breath. "Fuck!" he shouted. As he looked, his hands were trembling from the nightmare he had. He tried to compose himself as another day passes. We see a small lid opening as a tray is brought through. Benjamin takes the food and looks at it. "It's not poison, dumbass," Trevor stated. Benjamin flicked him off before leaving. The next day, in the middle of the night, a loud ringing sound was played in Benjamin's cell as he covers his ears. The ringing continues all night. The next day, another walker is thrown inside Benjamin's cell as he acts fast and quickly kills it. We see an exhausted Benjamin trying to compose himself. "You don't look so good," a voice stated. Benjamin looked, seeing a man in his cell. Benjamin got up as he walked around. He recognized him. "It's been a while. I haven't seen you since you lost Brandon and John, Hannah, Rebecca," Ben told himself. Benjamin was losing it. "Why don't you go fuck off?" he asked. "Nice greeting. Remind me, who's in this fucking cell to begin with?" his darker self asked. Benjamin looked at his ankle monitor. He lifted his leg up, looking at it. "Nice new flashy bling you're wearing," Ben said. "It's not flashy. It's an ankle monitor. I can't leave this room without them knowing," Benjamin told Ben. "Well, serves you right. You're the one who got yourself in this situation. Once again, you tried to save everyone by going off on your own. Also, rude of you not to invite me to the wedding. Yeah, that was a surprise to everyone. You actually married Rachel, and now look where you are now. You've been stuck here for what, a week now? What do you think she's thinking right now? Ben asked. Benjamin didn't know what to say. The thought of Rachel in trouble terrified him. You had the gall to actually get on your fucking knees and talk about how much you loved her and went through with marrying her when you know damn well everyone you love and get close to dies. Did you forget that? He asked. Benjamin got up. I told her everything, and she still accepted me. So shut your fucking mouth! She knew everything about me and still loved me. I love her more than anything, he told her. Yeah? Well, that love isn't doing jack shit right now for either of you, Ben told himself. How the fuck are you gonna get out of this? How are you gonna keep them from taking her too? You ignored my advice by keeping them away to protect them. And look what fucking happened. You got them all killed, he shouted. Shut the fuck up! Benjamin said, slamming Ben against the wall. I didn't kill them! I did everything I could to keep them safe! There was nothing I could have done! You're not even real! Now get the fuck out of my sight and never come back, you piece of shit! I never want to see you again! He shouted. Trevor looked on at the camera. Benjamin kept yelling in front of the wall at nothing. Trevor was laughing. This guy's a fucking psychopath, he stated. Another day later, Benjamin sits down and Dr. Evans arrives. He treats Benjamin's wounds. The stitching was undone, but luckily for you, no nerve damage, he said, rewrapping it. Take better care of your wounds, he said, wrapping it, as he taped over it. Benjamin noticed it. After he left, Benjamin watched him leave. After he left, Benjamin got up from the side of the bed and went into the camera's blind side by the toilet. He looked at his bandage and lifted up the tape, seeing a note. Ben, it's Sean. I'm okay. Miss you, it said in writing. Benjamin looked at it, surprised. He smiled before pocketing it. On the Dawson family farm, loud gunshots rang echoing through the air. The dogs were barking loudly as the gunshots continued. We see Josh aiming his gun as he shoots a bottle off the fence post. We see others behind him as they take turns firing their guns. They all smile, congratulating each other on their successful shots. A few of the adolescents were also joining in. Angela was watching on, looking proud as Cliff walked up to her. Alright everyone, that's it. Training's over. We don't want to use all our ammo this week, he ordered. He looked at his daughter. You didn't have to supervise today's training. I was going to get to it, he told her. I know, but I wanted to. You always told me the early bird gets the worm, she told her father. I did tell you that. Well, at least one of you learned it, he joked. He tightened his jacket. Damn, it's getting colder. Winter is really coming early this year, he stated. Yeah, but that means an early spring, she said. I want to talk to you, your brothers, and some of the others soon about how much food we'll send to the city this year, he told her. You think it's going to be light? She asked. I know it is. We had those damn rats last month. Not to mention the city is getting more people than we can feed, he stated. We'll manage. I'll try to ask for more farm hands from Rachel, she said. It'll have to wait after winter, he said, before he heard his radio go off. Dad! Angela! You guys there? Ethan asked. We then see Obadiah killing numerous walkers all by himself as Manny lay down next to a tree. Come on, you fucks! I can take all of you! He shouted. No, you can't! Ethan said, firing his gun several times. Ethan arrived, fired his gun, covering them. Get Manny, hurry! He stated. Obadiah grabbed Manny, carrying him on his back as they ran together. Inside the farm, we see Manny being laid down onto a bed and hooked up to medical equipment. His vitals are low, Dr. Kirtland said. He needs air, as he hooked him to a breathing machine to give him air. Everyone looked on in shock and horror. What the hell happened to you guys? Angela asked. I'll tell you in a minute. Dr. Kirtland said he was stable, and Obadiah and the others breathed a sign of relief. Dad, I'm going to make sure no dead followed them on the farm. That's good, Josh. Take a few more riders with you, and all the ammo you need, he told him. I think we can talk now, he stated. At the table, Obadiah was talking to Ethan, Cliff, and Angela. They're called the Patriots, a militia group me and Manny were a part of in the early year of the apocalypse. They're run by General Miles. He was a former officer in the FBI from India, he told him. And they're who attacked you guys? She asked. Attacked us and took everything. Power in the city is gone, which means they took the hydro plant. Benjamin was in the displacement center, so they must have taken it out as well. And now, the city on top of it, he stated. Shit, she said. Is everyone okay? She asked. Benjamin was missing for days before he left. We wanted to send people out there to look for him, but Benjamin always told us they would get help from the other outposts so no one would track us down back to the city, he told him. You think they had Benjamin tell them? She asked. No, Benjamin is not a squealer. He rather died than reveal where we were. No, I don't think so. Somebody else must have told them. It doesn't matter now anyways. If they found the city, then they'll find this place too, he told them. Not exactly, Angela said. Benjamin made sure we never marked each other on our maps, for a reason, she told him. Okay, so we're safe? Cliff asked. For now, but trust me, Caden is very capable. It won't be long before he finds out about this place too. It's not a matter of if they find us, it's when, he told him. What does he want? Angela asked. He wants everyone to join him and be subservient to him. He wants a war with another group we had a run-in from the past. There's no point. This group is too hard to find and strong to take down, he stated. Then why doesn't your leader just stop if it's pointless, they asked. He'll never stop. Not after what happened to Lacey and Kaylee, he finished. Many hours pass and we see Angela and Ethan looking over boxes and caches of weapons. What are you doing? He asked. I'm looking over our arsenal. See if we have some kind of chance, she told him. We'll die if we attack them now, he told her. I agree, but I feel like I have to do something, she stated. I can't just abandon them, she said. And what about everyone here? You'll potentially abandon them too, he stated. So what, you want to give up on Rachel? And the others? They saved your life, she said, accusing him. Will you let me finish, damn it? He asked, stopping her, shocked. I don't want to abandon them either. I owe Rachel my life. But what about everyone else here? He asked. A leader isn't just someone willing to give themselves up. They are also losing their people. Everyone is in danger because of this. Why do you think they took Benjamin? Because he's the brains. Now everyone is leaderless. We can't run like a chicken with its freaking head cut off, no matter how much we want to, he told her. Yeah, I guess you make a good point, she told him. So then what the hell are we gonna do now? She asked. I don't know, Ethan said, unsure. But whatever happens, I will stick by your side, he said, hugging his sister, as she thanked him. In the hallway, we see Alice walking by herself as she stops by a door. She pulls out her key card and swipes it, unlocking the door. She goes inside, heading into her lab, where we see several zombies tied up. Alice puts her stuff down and looks at her pets. She goes to the cameras and takes the chips out of the cameras. She places them all in her computer as she looks at them. She plays it at double speed. She watches for a long time. Hours pass by as the biters don't do anything. Come on, I need something. You guys just do something, she stated. She got up and took a cup and got herself a cup of coffee. I need a break, she stated. She walked around in her lab. Another hour later, we see General Myers entering the lab. Hello, Doctor, he said, greeting Alice. Alice stood up nervous. Hello, General, she said. He slowly walked up to her, making Alice's hair stand up on end. He slowly walked to her, looking at her test subjects. I was hoping you could give me an update on any new findings, he asked her. Oh, right now? She asked. Yes, I'm a month behind on my last visit, so show me what you've learned, he asked. Okay. Oh, okay. Alice said, getting ready. Okay, so I discovered that the infected obviously don't need to eat. We know that the dead don't decompose at the rate of a normal corpse, which takes about a year to fully decompose, flesh and skeletalize. But I did an experiment where I took the severed hand from a human corpse that never turned, and a normal infected. While its decay was slower than the more fresh hand, the walker's hand decayed faster, much faster than the zombie's decaying. Somehow being attached to the host's body slowed the rate of decomposition. I studied one of the freshly infected you sent me, and I saw how it decomposed very closely, she said, giving him all the information that she had. She smiled at Miles, looking at him. Is that all? He asked. You're telling me that it will take 20 fucking years for the dead to fully be gone from the world? How are we supposed to make it another 17 years with a world full of them? He asked. Alice, I gave you this lab. I give you clearance, and you've barely given me any results from your findings, he said. I'm doing the best I can. I'm on my own here, General. This is so difficult for me. Plus, I'm trying to learn how to be a real doctor too, she told him. I know, but I need results. Real results. I get that the dead can't be reversed, but I want clarity. How can the dead pick up rocks? How can they smell and survive in the environment? Why do they feed on flesh? I need to know. We need to have a plan once the CRM is gone. We need to take back our world, and we can't do that if we don't learn everything we need to know about our enemy. If we don't know what makes the dead tick, how can we take them out once and for all? He asked. I know, sir. I'm sorry. He signed. Look, I get you're trying your best. Maybe I can send you more help. But I want some results, he told her. I know, sir. I will give you some, she said. Miles nodded. All right then, he said, leaving. She then sat down, exhaling a lot, and opened a drawer. She pulled out a Beretta 92 FS. She held onto the gun. She carefully pulled the magazine out and looked at one of her test subjects. She held onto the empty gun and got an idea. She placed it in the zombie's hand. She carefully tied it around its hand. The zombie growled at her, but luckily, it was too restrained to do anything to her. I can't believe I'm doing this, she stated. She watched the zombie for a while as it pulled the trigger, making the clicking sound. Alice watched in surprise. Oh my god! The male zombie looked at the gun as it raised the gun up and clicked the gun again. Oh my god! She said as she started recording and making notes. Test subject is displaying signs of cognitive function of understanding intelligence. Testing with emptied weapon seems to have reawakened possible brain activity. Still unclear how the dead are able to register and relate auditory sounds with origins, she stated. With several hours, Alice was still in her lab when Captain Trevor Dellis arrived. Greetings, Dr. Warren, he said, coming in. How are the pets? He asked. They're not pets. They're valuable test subjects, she stated. They're smelly bags of shit. But whatever floats your boat, he said, unimpressed. I can't disagree with that, but we'll never defeat the dead if we don't learn from yesterday. Live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning, she told him. You don't know who said that, do you? She asked. A dead fuck no one remembers anymore, he told her. Albert Einstein, she said. See, I was right. There's one way to deal with these dead fucks, he said, cocking his gun. He aimed his gun at the test subjects. No! What are you doing? You can't do that, she told him. Relax. I'm just fucking with you, he said before stopping. What the fuck? He asked. He looked, seeing a zombie holding a gun. Is that a dead fuck holding a fucking gun? He asked. Yes, but it's empty. The biter pressed the trigger several times. It knew that the clicking noise was coming from the gun, she told him. You're gonna get someone fucking killed one of these days. It just better not be me, he told her. What are you doing here? She asked. Well, that's interesting, he said, coming closer. How is the Fairfield family liking that extra medicine you gave them? He asked. What? She asked. I covered your last submission. I had to cover your ass again, so the general wouldn't find that you gave medicine off the books again, he told her. She was nervous. He placed his hand on her and started touching her. You owe me, he told her. Alice was nervous. But I have a different idea this time. Weeks later, Benjamin was outside with several other prisoners. Ben was beside Benjamin. You know all these fuckers are gonna die, right? They won't survive the day. A lot of fucking good it did sending them from the displacement center back in the city, he said. Shut up, Benjamin said. You might as well have killed them all in the DC. Shut the fuck up. You're not really here. You're only in my head, he stated. Another prisoner, Robert, dumping bodies, was looking on, noticing it. We see Benjamin and them work, all filthy. Robert was armed with a machete, while Benjamin had a sickle. He used it, killing another zombie, cleanly slicing its head off. He had snipers all around them on the rooftops. Cameras, too. You gonna give them a fucking speech? Ben asked. You gonna save them, huh, leader? He asked. Benjamin whispered. No, I'm done with that. That guy is dead, he whispered. Hours passed as they continued killing and burning the dead. Robert walked to Benjamin. He faced away from the guards and cameras. Mr. Hunter, I know they're watching us. Not much time, but what is the plan? He asked. Benjamin didn't answer as he killed a walker. There is no plan. We're going to be patriots now. Do what they say, he stated. What about the others? Robert asked. I'm not your leader, so leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to give them a reason to hurt Sean, he stated. Sean? He asked. My brother. We lost, alright? Tell him to go fuck himself, big guy, Ben said. Will you shut the fuck up? He asked his other self. Robert was weirded out. Who are you talking to? He asked. No one. Just forget it. Leave me alone, he stated, as Benjamin raised his sickle, killing several more zombies. Robert stood there, unsure of what to do, when a man screamed. He looked as the man was bitten, and the man was eaten by a biter. They rushed forward and killed the zombie as the man was bleeding out in pain. Benjamin raised his sickle and swiped, slicing off the man's head, killing him. This went on until only 10 men were left by the end of the day. It was a nightmare. As they were burning the walkers in the pile, as Robert looked on. 10 dead. Do you really still not care? He asked as Benjamin took a deep breath, looking at the flames. He held onto his sickle as it dripped blood. Another week passes as Benjamin and Robert toss the zombie. They tossed the zombie kid into the pile. Benjamin walked by him. That kid died because someone was too weak to protect him, he stated. Benjamin looked on. What would you do if you ever had to bury Sean? He asked. Shut up, he told him. Is that your favorite phrase? He asked. Do you ever shut the fuck up? Benjamin asked his darker self. Oh wow, look who finally found his fucking balls, he stated. Benjamin and other prisoners were killing the zombies and dragged them alongside the ground. They set up piles and got the gasoline, setting them on fire. Robert went to him. Mr. Hunter. Benjamin was covering his face as he tossed another zombie into the pile, trying not to get burned or breathe in the smoke. He had blood all over his shirt. Robert scratched his ankle brace. I don't suppose you know how to lockpick these, he asked. Benjamin ignored him. Just help me with this, Benjamin told him. Don't you want to escape? Ben sighed. Oh boy, the fucker actually asked it. Well, do you? Ben asked him. It doesn't matter what I want. Did you even look up? Do you even see those snipers on the road? Our house arrest cuffs won't allow us to get 200 feet of this place without going off, he told him, annoyed. Yeah, so just stay here as a caged animal, Ben said to Benjamin. Benjamin sighed, holding his head as His alter ego kept distracting him. Look, I just want you to know, if we are getting out of this place, I want you leading us. I told the others too. They're open to it, he told him. No, there is no escape attempt. Keep me and my family out of your stupid fucking plans, because there's no point, Benjamin warned him. We're not getting out of here, he told him. So give up on it, or you'll get yourself killed, he told him. Suddenly, two men next to them put down a body as they whispered. Now, he said, as they ran as fast as they could in the opposite direction. Benjamin and the others looked on, when suddenly a sniper rifle. One man was hit through the stomach. As he dropped down, the man turned back and was quickly shot in the head. Well, those dumbasses are dead, Ben said. Benjamin and Robert and the others looked on. Those men who tried to run didn't get 30 feet. The radio went off. Nice one, guys. Let that be a reminder if any of you think of trying that again. Don't, Trevor stated. The next day, Benjamin was getting food in his cell when he looked at his tray. He smelled coffee. There was a note. Looked like you needed some. A friend, it said. Benjamin smelled it. Well, someone has a secret admirer. It's a good fucking thing, too, because you fucking need that stuff. You look as dead as the actual walkers, Ben told him. Benjamin ignored his inner voice and drank the coffee quickly. We see Benjamin again, outside, killing zombies with a sickle, as Robert goes to him. I miss my family. My wife Joyce and her 3 kids, he told him. Ben laughed. Can you tell this loser that you don't fucking care about his fucking family? Ben asked. Benjamin ignored him. I've seen you talking to yourself, he stated. Benjamin was surprised. Oh, exposed, psychopath. What are you going to tell him, huh? Ben asked. Benjamin groaned. His head was pounding. You look so tired, he told him. What did they do to you? He asked. Man, this fucking guy won't quit, will he? Ben said. Are you gonna fucking kill him, or should I? He asked. Benjamin heard the both of them talking nonstop as he was losing it. His head was ringing. His head pounded. Shut up! Benjamin shouted. Benjamin moved somewhere else, trying to get away from Robert. As Robert looked on nervous, he looked to the other prisoners who looked concerned and went back to their work. On the roof, General Miles talked with Trevor. How are the prisoners going? He asked. Really good. Just 2 that we killed yesterday. The rest are behaving well, he told him. That's good, he stated. General, what are you going to do with the brat? He asked. Liza is watching him, he told him. If you want, I could take him off her hands, he stated. No, the boy is her responsibility. We need him. Besides, his sister is the only other leverage we have on Hunter. He told him. I'm dying to see this lot in the arena, Trevor stated. Not yet. It's too soon. Hunter is still recovering from his wounds. And it's too dangerous, he told him. Remember, Captain, we need people for the future, he told him. Understood, General. Trevor stated, saluting. Good. I'll leave you to it, he told him. I need to get back to the council. It's been a lot colder lately. Winter is here, he stated. Back with Benjamin. He was restrained with both of his hands tied behind his back. His hair was dirty. He didn't bathe in what felt like forever. His hair was messy and oily. His eyes were strained red, almost like blood, likely from lack of sleep due to Trevor and nightmares. Trevor looked at Benjamin and smiled. I hope you like the arena, Black Wolf, because it's where wild beasts go to die, he taunted him. Benjamin ignored him as he looked down. Captain, are you sure they're supposed to go to the arena? A soldier asked him. General Miles gave me full responsibility of the new prisoners while they're here, he told him. Get the fucking prisoners ready. That's an order, he commanded. Yes, sir, the man said, going to the door. Asshole, he whispered. Benjamin caught it. Suddenly, Benjamin was grabbed and shoved forward in front of a line leading to a large metal door. Benjamin was in the front as slowly, one by one, more men were being brought and lined up next to him. One man elbowed a guard in the face and tried to run. As he did, he was shot right through the back as the guard fired 3 more shots into him, killing him. Everyone was horrified. but Trevor looked, seeing Benjamin was completely unfazed by the tragedy. Trevor smiled. Robert was trying to get Benjamin's attention as everyone kept rambling. "Shut the fuck up!" Trevor shouted. "No more escape attempts or talking. You are all traitors and enemies of the Patriots of America. I don't care if you have families. I don't care who you are. All you need is to prove your worth here," he told them. "You all are going into the arena. All of you will leave and head into it. And if you're lucky, maybe one of you will survive," he joked. Everyone panicked as they all looked around. Benjamin knew this was a slaughterhouse. Benjamin looks to the side and sees Dr. Warren on a walkway. "What's going to happen to them?" she asked Sergeant Myers. "Trevor's going to break them. It's arena time. No one survives it," he told her. The doors activated and slid open as it began. Trevor pulled up his gun, shooting and killing a random prisoner in the back. "Get a move on, piggies!" he ordered. The man panicked as Benjamin and the others ran out of the door, going to the outside into an unknown arena. They were scared. They went outside and everyone looked on. They ran into a random room where zombies came from the dark corners. "Well, we're in the shit now," Ben told Benjamin. Benjamin was alarmed, seeing his other self. "Ah, fuck!" he said. Walkers emerged from the shadows as they pushed on the men. Benjamin and the others pushed them off of them as Trevor speaks on the intercom. "There's weapons in door 4B, he said, excited. "Go get them," Trevor said. A lot of prisoners ran for the door when Benjamin stood still, not moving at all, as he was thinking. Robert looked at him. Benjamin pulled him away. "It's a fucking trap!" he said. The men opened the garage door as a mass of zombies emerged. The first men were attacked and eaten as Trevor started laughing. "Oh, sorry. I forgot I left 50 fucking biters behind that door as well. I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached to my neck," he stated. The zombies were eating everyone, and Benjamin and Robert moved back. "What do we do?" he asked. Benjamin got close to a walker and grabbed its hand. He pulled its hand off and then stabbed the zombie with the charred bone end of the hand, killing the zombie. Trevor looked on at the camera. "Did he just kill the zombie with its own fucking hand?" a soldier asked. "Yeah, you gave him a hand," Trevor laughed. "Who the fuck is this guy?" he laughed. "Watch out for that biter! And that one! And that one!" Ben shouted. Benjamin groaned at his constant annoyance of his alter ego. "Will you get the fuck out of here?" he shouted. "Who are you talking to?" Robert shouted. Benjamin and him pushed the walkers back. As Benjamin looked, he saw a couple of them tackling Robert. Benjamin rushed in, quickly saving Robert, but the zombies pulled on him as his stitches ripped. He was helped up by Robert. "Don't worry, sir, I got you," he told him. "Thank you," Ben said, grateful. "You're not crazy. You know it's not real. You're the leader we need, Mr. Hunter," he said, as the chaos ensued around them. An hour later, Benjamin and Robert came to the door, covered in blood. They took heavy breaths. Benjamin was bleeding all over the floor. "You ripped your stitches! You're gonna bleed out!" he stated. Benjamin looked and tried to stop his own bleeding. "Hey, we need help!" he shouted. We see Trevor and the other guards arrive. "Are they the only ones that survived?" Sergeant Myers asked. Alice was in the distance, looking, watching the men come back. She watched as Trevor and the others came. She was uncomfortable. "Holy shit! You guys actually did it!" "Did you like my little surprise?" he asked. "We survived your hellhole! Now please help us!" Robert shouted. Trevor looked on. "You did pass my expectations. Both of you," Trevor said, pulling out his gun and firing it right at Robert. The bullet passed through his head, killing him. Alice looked on in horror, gasping as he dropped dead. Benjamin turned to Robert's corpse. "I only wanted you to survive," Trevor said. "Oh no, did I kill your new friend?" Trevor asked. Benjamin was fuming mad. Benjamin started to laugh. He then turned to Trevor. Benjamin flicked him off. You think I gave a single fucking fuck about that guy? Fuck you. You don't know fuck about me, you fucking dumb fuck. But you fucking will. I'm gonna fucking kill you, and you will fucking rue the day you fucked with me, he shouted. Everyone was shocked at the outburst. It was like Benjamin was a completely different person. You son of a bitch! Captain! Everyone heard. Suddenly, they all looked, seeing General Miles. What the fuck is going on here? He shouted. Liza followed closely behind him. I was, he said. Did you fucking kill all those people from the displacement center? He shouted. No, sir, just the men. Suddenly, he was punched in the face. Miles stood on top of him. Do you have any fucking idea what you've done? We've just lost more than 12 possible soldiers for our army, and you fucking killed them for your stupid arena game, he shouted. I was testing them. They didn't. You tested them? They're all dead. I had a plan for them. You're in charge of the arena, and I have the final say with the prisoners. Why didn't you fucking ask me if I needed them? I said no arena. You disobeyed my orders, he shouted. They wouldn't have made good soldiers, Trevor was scared. They were weak. We need every fucking person we can get our hands on. Now I have a bloody arena, a handful of dead bodies, Hunter bleeding on my floor again, and a handful of women and children. What am I supposed to do with them? We'll never defeat the CRM now, you stupid fucking idiot, he shouted. Benjamin smiled, watching as everyone looked on. I never should have made you captain. You're reckless and never think things through. I'm demoting you, he stated. What? He moved, protesting, coming closer, but Commander Liza punched him in the face. Shut up! You're lucky that the general is sparing your life. You went too far this time, Trevor, and now there will be consequences, she told him. Benjamin watched on as 1 month later passes. We see Dr. Evans was checking Benjamin. He's all clear. He's in fine health now, General Miles. He should be ready for light combat, he stated. Good, Miles said. In a locker room, we see Benjamin putting on a black and white camouflage outfit, and he dons a simple bulletproof vest over him. He straps himself completely. He then looked, seeing his dog tag. Hunter, Benjamin, Corporal. Benjamin looked at it, indifferent. He felt like he lost his soul. Benjamin's darker self was standing over him. Benjamin looked at him, not saying a word, as he was looking at the tag, unsure of what was in store for him next.